Why is Jew hatred so popular these days? I mean, anti-Semitism has been around since the dawn of time, but Jew hatred, especially online, has exploded, especially since October 7th. Check out this clip with Douglas Murray on being interviewed on Lex Friedman's podcast, and check out his answer when he's asked this question. So let's watch this clip together, then we'll discuss it. But before we do, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. You're not going to want to miss this. Check this out.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of projection. Just to observe some of the sociological phenomena here on top of all this, it does seem that hatred of Jews gets a lot of engagement online.
Mm-hmm.
Is this... So I watch it like a curiosity, like I'm an alien observing Earth. Is this dangerous to you, or is it just a bunch of trolls and grifters, let's say cosplaying as Nazis? It's just
Could be both.
Fun to trigger the libs.
It could be all of those things. I think it is, and a lot more. I mean, taboos, taboos can be fun to break, I suppose. And I suppose there are some people online who have grown up knowing that, since the Holocaust, anti-Semitism was taboo. And they've run out of, it goes back to what we were saying earlier a bit, they sort of run out of, they've got bored of that, Holocaust, schmolocaust, they'd say, you got it, I've heard enough about that. And maybe those people have gone off in a funny direction as a result, but I don't think that's the main, I think that's like a detail compared to the real thing. The real thing is that anti-Semitism is back, and there is a certain type of person who's loving it.
Is it really back? So I watch.
Well, it never goes away. It's just that it's since the 7th. I think that it's had a great resurgence, and this isn't to say, and that doesn't mean that any criticism of Israel is anti-Semitic. No, it doesn't. But as I have often said, if you don't ever express any interest in the murder of Muslims in Syria, not any interest in genocide in Sudan, or killing of hundreds of thousands of people in Yemen, but on the 8th of October, you're on the street with a placard attacking Israel, I'm sorry, you're an anti-Semite, for sure. You may not know you are, but that's what's motivating you.
It gets a lot of engagement.
It does. It does.
I watch it.
But it's one of several things you can always see get huge engagement. I mean, it's like if you say that there's like a massive pedophile ring run by prominent politicians, it might be total horseshit. It's likely to be total horseshit, but it'll also get a hell of a lot of engagement.
Yeah, but that's still the pedophile ring, like Epstein Island, that kind of stuff.
It's all of which is very interesting.
Yeah, and it's like, great, all right, cool. Let's get behind that conspiracy. But the Jews thing, the hatred of Jews is still, that's the greatest hits still.
It is. And I mean, you see it with, some of the people who've made minor celebrities of themselves with a sort of made up version of history with a smattering of this and a little bit of that. And then the just asking questions and, I'm not saying, but, and all, there's certain, rhetorical sleights of hand that have helped this along. But as I said earlier, it's just the lowest grade explanation of a certain type of mind looking for a pattern and looking for meaning. And I mean, I can give you just one quick example of why that in the case of Israel is so extraordinary, is the number of otherwise semi-intelligent people who will tell you that the problem is simply that the Israelis need to give the Palestinians another state. And that if they do, it will solve the problems of the region and the wider world. And irrespective of the fact that the Palestinians are being given several states, the claim that this particular land dispute would unlock every other injustice in the world should be seen on its face to be preposterous. There is no reason why, if the Palestinians got another state, either in Gaza or in parts of Judea and Samaria, the West Bank, there is no reason why we should expect the economy of Yemen to boom. It would not inevitably lead to the mullahs in Tehran giving equal rights to women or anything else. It would solve the most likely thing is you simply have another failed Arab state run by a sort of proxy of Tehran. That's the best case scenario. And by the way, even lifelong defenders of the Palestinian cause, like Salman Rushdie, he said recently, he said, I've always been a supporter of the Palestinian people and their cause, but it is an unavoidable fact that if another state was given to the Palestinians, it would simply be, at best, another front for the Iranian regime in Iran. At best. So why the passion about it? Why the unbelievable wild passion about this? Why the and I say some of it can be, should be argued out and so on, and some of it can be explained, but there's definitely a realm of it, a layer of it, which is simply at that level of this excites something within me. This excites something within me.
Yeah, there's something compelling to people about hating Jews.
Look at the prominence of semi-prominent people who are willing to play around with the idea that 9/11 was an inside job and somehow it was done by the Israelis. I mean, or the Jews. I mean, look at this shit is going around. And I do. I mean, as I say, one of the reasons why I am scornful of conspiracy theorists and most conspiracy theories, not to say that there aren't some that do actually turn out to be, to have something in them, and that happens. A lot of things are called conspiracy theories that turn out to be true. Lab leak. Mm-hmm. But in general, the suspicion and the scorn I have for people who fall into this is, as I say, it's a very low grade, low resolution look at the world by people who clearly have never seen the wildness of actions in the world and the way that they reverberate and the number of events. I mean, I once spoke some years ago to a politician who literally said to me, I won't name the country, but said to me, can you help us out with just how to cope with the day to and understand the day-to-day struggle we're having with the cycle? And I said, well, what are you talking about? And they said, our experience in government is that every day something comes up which we have to firefight. And that's what we do that day. And then the next day, something else comes up, which we have to firefight. And we're not getting our policies done. And I just thought, for me, that rings an awful lot truer than that country gets the odd phone call from a member of a Jewish family telling them, it's like, come on.
I oftentimes say that the ones that give us the greatest compliment, really back in a backhanded sort of way, are from the neo-Nazis, because they say that you're so successful, so far-reaching, have such an impact on the world that the only way that could possibly happen is if there's some sort of backstage conspiracy going on, some sort of puppeteer manipulating everything that it go in the way that you want it to go. That's not the case. It is quite a compliment. It's not meant to be a compliment, but that is quite a compliment. If you were going to say that there was a conspirator, I'd say it's the one upstairs. But the truth of the matter is that these conspiracies are actually complementary. So as detrimental as it is, and as it is for oftentimes for Jewish people worldwide, certainly online, it is something that on the other side of the coin is actually quite a compliment towards the Jewish community. If you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.